Good afternoon. Just doing a bit of a walk. I've eaten rather a lot this afternoon, so I thought I'd better just sort of try and lose a few pounds because I put it on so easily. It's dreadful, really. As you can see, the sky's blue. It still feels like summer, really. It's what, 30 degrees today. So, I mean, the temperatures are, more or less the same as what they were, really. And we've had no rain, and yeah, it's been pretty bad, for gardeners and people like that. I don't care because I don't like gardening anyway. I can't stand it, so I don't really have much to do with that. But yeah, Australia desperately needs rain, so looking up for divine inspiration if it ever comes. I've had a busy week. It's been my first full week at the new job. That's gone well. Obviously, I've been doing bits and pieces because as a new manager, you just want to put your own stamp on things. So I've been making a few changes, not too many, because people who were there were been running it pretty well. To be honest with you, they've been doing an amazing job, and I haven't had a manager for about 7 months. So I'm really lucky to have such a good team. As I said, they are a lot younger as well, and that's it's unusual for me. It's a real change, but it's lovely. I like it. Been a funny week, really. I've just got some results back, and I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't know the ins and outs of it at the moment. Now, I had a genetic marker test done a while back for various bits and pieces, and it was basically, to find out about my genome and stuff. And it's come back with a few concerning points. And one of them is called, what's it called? A protein S deficiency. Now, I don't quite know what that is, but it's got something to do with blood clotting. Apparently my blood clots too easily. Now, when you delve into it, you actually find out that protein S deficiency is normally is hereditary. And that takes me to my father. Now, about 25 years ago, he had a brain hemorrhage. So he had what's called an abnormal vein malformation, so an AVM. And he nearly died, in effect. So he was taken into hospital on the day him and Mum were moving to a new house. If it hadn't been for Mother, actually, he wouldn't be here today. So he was very lucky, exceedingly so. Now, what happened to Dad happens to lots of other people, normally young people. My dad was 51 when it happened to him. The usual age is sort of in teens, 20s, maximum 30. And the gene that caused it is, in all probability, the protein S. So my results came back with concerns because I also have the same deficiency. It's a faulty gene, in effect. And I'm thinking to myself, health anxiety, what I'm going to do, should I do anything about it, should I not? Wouldn't it have happened by now? But yes, it probably should have happened by now, and I may have no issues at all, but the results came back about I should see my GP just to work out what to do about it. So I may have to make another trip to the doctors, which I don't really want to do, in all honesty. But it's probably something I should do just to put my mind at rest. There are stuff they can do. They can give you, well, they can give you anticoagulants. They can give you aspirin, things like that, just to thin the blood if it's necessary. And I'm sure they will do more in-depth tests. Tongue tied. And the problem is when you get your genome or your DNA tested, a lot of the companies that do it don't offer that aftercare service, and this one certainly didn't. All they want is your money, and it's a private enterprise, really. So, kind of leaves you a bit sort of, what do you do? I'm trying not to worry about it, but when you've got health anxiety, it's a bit difficult to, you know, say that. But hopefully, it won't be too bad if I go to a doctor. He'd probably look at me again because he knows I've got health anxiety, and he'll just say, "Look, don't worry about it. It's fine." Do you know what? I'm standing there talking, and they're playing Aussie rules just over there, so so no ball comes flying in at me on the head. A bit of a moan now. Sunday's our shopping day, and we always shop in Coles. Now I shop in Coles mainly because of the fly-by points. I get quite a lot, and I've managed to save up $600 so far since Christmas for this Christmas, which is cool. The trouble is, I mean, look, shopping over here is so damn expensive. It's untrue. Now, this little, well, the little known fact, it's the fact is my food bill is now more expensive than my mortgage. The food bill is about $400 a week now, and my mortgage is about 4, 8, 12, about 1,500 and something, the same period, monthly, should I say. So it's shocking. It shocks me to the core, and how things are so expensive here. To think that your food bill is now more than your mortgage is unbelievable. Yet my utility bills, like my gas is $15 a month. $15. Electricity, I haven't paid electricity in months because the government keeps paying it because of this, what do you call it, cost of living crisis. Government's actually paying lots of money. We got a tax rebate coming, and we've also got more money off our bills in the future. But food just continues to rise and rise and rise, and nobody literally does anything about it. I don't know why. It shocks me. So this is a real moan for me, to be honest with you. Taking my mind off it, obviously. So I've been doing a lot of research for Taiwan, lots of YouTube videos about Taipei, Taiwan, and where to go, stay, and what to do. And it's an interesting place. It's apparently it's a cross between Japan and China, and the food is supposed to be out of this world, lush. So that's good. I think the biggest problem with it is going to be the expense of accommodation. The accommodation is really, really expensive. So you could be talking about $200-300 a night. And I'm not made of money. So, and I'm not going cheap because I can't do that. Certainly not after Vietnam. That will never happen again. So we just got to look at, the best options. Really, an Airbnb might be the best option, to be honest. I've used that once before when we stayed in Australia, when we were self-isolating, when we arrived in 2022. So that might be a good option. So it's something to look at. and we certainly will. But there are some nice hotels about. They just, you even get hotels without windows because, you know, rooms rooms are at a premium there. There's 22 million people in a tiny, tiny island, and it is tiny, so it's packed solid. Looking forward to it though, and if it takes my mind off pressing anxieties, etc., to think about holidaying in Asia, then all the good, all the good for me. Health anxiety for me will always be there, it always will. And I don't really know the reasons why. It only happened actually when I moved back to the UK from Spain. I got lots of severe anxieties, and I don't know why that is. Could have been the environment I was living in. I'm just not sure. I mean, here it's got better, but in many respects, you know, I am taking a lot more care of myself, obviously, but in many respects, it's still there because of the life I led in the past, which wasn't, you know, wasn't the best lifestyle in the world when you're out partying all the time. It's always on my mind just how bad my health could be. So I have to keep an eye and keep in check, keep myself in check. I take lots of vitamins, minerals, lots and lots of different things on a daily basis, and you know, so it's constantly on my mind. And I'm out walking now. I'd never dream of going out walking in the past. It just would never have happened. I would have sort of vegetated on a couch for God knows how long. But now I'm up and about all the time. So that is good, especially if you've got a problem with clotting, because one of the things it does say is, you know, keep moving, keep walking, keep exercising. Be careful with long flights. So when we do go to Taiwan, there will be a stopover somewhere, whether that's sort of Singapore or, I don't know, Bangkok maybe again. I don't know. But yeah, so it's a bit of a weird week. It's, you know, a week of, you know, it's been good, my new job, but lots of anxieties as well. Not only with the new job, but also health. So standard really. It's so, I mean, look, how many cars have passed since I've been here? Not many, to be honest with you. And this is Sunday. It's so quiet. It really is quiet here. And that's taking some getting used to as well. The quietness of it all. It is kind of feeling like you're retired. But that's no bad thing, I suppose. I've got lots of less stress, excuse me, in many ways, but you know, pressing anxieties on others. So anyway, have a good week, and I shall do another vlog next week. Ciao.